Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to learn an important concept in C programming, which is loops. Loops are extremely useful when we want to repeat a task multiple times without writing the same code again and again. In this video, we will cover what loops are, types of loops in C, for loop, while loop, do-while loop, nested loops, break and continue statement. And at the end, I will also show you a simple program example. So make sure to watch the video till the end. Now, let us understand what exactly a loop is. A loop in C programming is a control structure that allows a block of code to run repeatedly as long as a condition is true. Instead of writing the same statement many times, we can simply place that code inside a loop. For example, if we want to print number from 1 to 100, writing 100 print statement would be inefficient. Instead, we use a loop which automatically repeats the instruction. A loop mainly has three important parts. Initialization, where the loop starts. Condition, the rule that decides whether the loop continues or stops. Increment or decrement, updating the value after each iteration. These three components together control the loop execution. Let us understand the types of loop in C. In C programming, there are three main types of loops: for loop, while loop, do-while loop. Each loop works slightly differently and is used in different situations. For loop is used when we know exactly how many times the loop should run. While loop is used when the number of iterations depends on a condition. Do-while loop ensures that the code runs at least once even if the condition is false. In the next slide, we will discuss each loops with syntax and example. So, for loop. First, let's talk about the for loop. The for loop is used when the number of repetition is already known. It is called an entry control loop, which means the condition is checked before the loop body executes. So, if the condition is false, the loop will not run even once. The general syntax of a for loop looks like this: for, initialization, condition, increment, decrement. Initialization starts the loop variable. Condition decides whether the loop continues. Increment or decrement updates the variable after each iteration. This makes the for loop very compact and easy to read. Now let us see a simple example for a Now let us see a simple example of a for loop. In this program, we are printing number from 1 to 10. So let's get coding. So we are going to code on VS Code. So we have to create a new file. I'll name it as loops because we are learning loops here. So I named it as loops.c and saved it as here. So let's coding. First we have to write the basics. Hashtag include studio.h, and then we have to write int main as we all know the basic structure of C. First, we include the studio.h header file. Then inside the main function, we declare an integer variable I. Next, we write the for loop. For I is equal to 1, I less than equal to 10, I plus plus. Here, the loop starts with I is equal to 1. The condition I is less than equal to 10. Ensure it runs until 10. After each iteration, I increases by 1. Inside the loop, we use inside the loop we use print f percent d slash n I and close this curly bracket and then return 0. Now let's save this program and open new terminal so we can run our program and check is it correct or not. So let's save and check is it correct or not. So let's run. So it's showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 10. This now let's move to the while loop. The while loop is also an entry control loop, meaning the condition is checked before execution. But the main difference is that we usually use while loop when the number of repetition is not fixed. For example, reading data from a file, taking input until the user enters a specific value, or running a program until a condition changes. The syntax of while loop is very simple. While condition curly brackets code used when repetition not fixed. The loop will continue as long as the condition is true. Once the condition becomes false, the loop automatically stops. Let us look at of while loop. In this program we print hello 5 times. So let's go to the VS Code and perform our code. I'll delete this portion only because I want this portion. So let's get code. In place of for, I write while I is less than equal to I is equal to 5, because I want only 5 hello here. So let's write printf hello hello I plus plus. Let's save our program and check the output. So let's, as you see here, they print hello, 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 hello 5 times. Our code is correct. So the loop runs 5 times, printing hello on the screen. If we forgot to write I++, the condition will never become false and the loop will run forever. Now, let's let us understand the do-while loop. The do-while loop is different because it is an exit control loop. It means the condition is checked after the loop body executes. So the loop always runs at least once, even if the condition is false. The syntax is very easy. Do, curly brackets, code, and while condition. It runs at least once. Notice that the semicolon after while condition is mandatory. Do-while loops are useful in situations like menu-driven programs that require user input at least once. So let's see the do-while example. Here we're gonna print number 1 to 3 using a do-while loop. So we're gonna open VS Code and write our code. So I'll do the same shit. I'll delete this one only because I don't gonna write whole program again. I'm not gonna write the whole program again, so I use what I want. You guys go and write everything to learn. So let's write, in place of for we're gonna write do, and then in place of for we're gonna write do print f %d slash n, comma I. Now we're gonna write I plus plus. So this curly bracket we're gonna write while I less than equal to 3, and then we're gonna save this and check is it our code is working or not. Yeah, it's working now. See here, it printed 1 2 3. Since the loop condition is checked at the end, the code run at least once, even if the condition is false. This is the key difference between while loop and do while loop. Next, we're gonna learn nested loops. A nested loop simply means a loop inside another loop. They are commonly used for pattern printing, matrix operation, working with row and columns. For example, for I is equal to 1, I is less than equal to 3, I plus plus. For j is equal to 1, j is less than equal to 3, j plus plus, print f. The outer loop runs 3 times. For each iteration, the inner loop also runs 3 times. So the star symbol will be printed 9 times. Nested loops are very important for pattern-based program. Next, we're gonna learn break statement. Now, let's talk about the break statement. The break statement is used to immediately terminate a loop. When the break statement executes, the loop stops instantly, even if the condition is still true. Example, for I is equal to 1, I is less than equal to 10, I plus plus. If I is equal to 5, break, print percentage I. Here the loop starts from 1, but when I becomes 5, the break statement stops the loop, so the output will be 1, 2, 3, 4. The loop never reaches 10 because it breaks early. Continue statement. The continue statement is slightly different from break. Instead of stopping the loop, it skips the current iteration and moves to the next one. For I is equal to 1, I less than equal to 5, I plus plus. If I is equal to 3, continue. print %t. Here, when I become 3, the continuous statement skipped that iteration so that output will be 1, 2, 4, 5. The number 3 is skipped. Continue is useful when we want to ignore specific values but keep the loop running. Infinite, infinite loops. An infinite loop is a loop that never stops running. This usually happens when the condition always remains true. Its syntax is while I printf infinite loop. Be careful while writing condition. Since one is always true, the loop runs forever. Infinite loops are sometimes used intentionally. An operating system servers game loops must be careful because accidentally infinite loops can crash problems. Difference between loops. Let's quickly compare the three loops. For loop, it is used when the number of repetition is fixed. While loop, used when execution depends on a condition. Do while loop ensures the code run at least once. Understanding the difference helps programmers choose the right loop for the right situation. Let's see a small program example. Here we calculate the sum of first 5 natural number. So let's get coding. So let's go to the VS Code and delete all this. We're gonna do from first from the beginning. So let's start it. Include studio.h and main. Declare two variables here and I and sum equal to 0. Then we run a loop from 1 to 5. Inside the loop, we add each value to sum. So for we're gonna write I is equal to 1, I is less than equal to 5, and I plus plus. So inside the then we run a loop from 1 to 5. Inside the loop, we add each value to sum. So sum equals sum plus I. Finally, we print the result using printf. So here, so here we're gonna write printf sum equal percent %d sum, and we're gonna save this program and check the output. You're not. So we're gonna run this program and check is so sum is 15 because 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 is equal to 15. So our code is correct, and our code is correct. So in today's video, we learn what loops are: for loop, while loop, do while loop, nested loops, break and continue statement. These are fundamental concepts in C programming, and mastering them will help you write efficient and powerful programs. In the next video, we will learn about function in C programming, which helps organize code into reusable blocks. Till then, thank you. See you in the next video.